So as you saw in those 2 time lapses, I have since last episode, as I said, I was going to move away from doing this, and instead I was going to come down here. So as you saw in those time lapses, I cleared out what was on here, and I've changed this. So a few things are the same, but also a few things are quite different. One of the key differences is how I'm doing the plants, as I realise it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in real life to have one group of set plant here and then another island of plants and then stuff like that. So I sort of just mixed them all in together. I think my favourite bit is that bit. That looks really cool in front of the little rock face. So I'm really happy with that. But now the plan, or what I want to have as the plan, is I want to move forward from here with this as the idea. So as you saw, I organised all of my different bush pieces, I call them, or just my different grass pieces and stuff like that. So I now have a good supply of these left to do the rest of the base plates. I'm hoping this will be enough. I'm almost certain this will not be enough of these, or these, but we shall see. And then also I've got another 3 big bush pieces to use sporadically, and a healthy supply of leaves, as well as a few of these. I really like the leaf effect that these create by putting a Technic pin with the stud connection through one of them and connecting them that way, and then obviously clipping them to the floor, as I think that gives some good height whilst also staying within the feel of this, which I think is very important. So I really like how this looks, but that's probably all of that grass work that's going to happen on this plate, because next what I want to do is I want to move across and build the plate that goes next to this. But that one is going to be built slightly differently, as obviously I have large amounts of green 4x4 plate. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing a layer of plate and then putting green on top of that, is I'm going to do a layer of plate where the pathway is going to go. And then after that, I'm pretty much just going to almost scrap it. Or not scrap it, but what I'm going to do is I'm then going to build up an extra plate and then just use green plate without any of the solid underlying plate, as I think that would obviously be very, very useful for this. And then I can plan out where the next tree is going to go. I also, now that I'm doing a slightly reduced outdoor area, I can use the brown pieces I have a bit more usefully. So along with having these, like the main path, right, I also want to have lots and lots of different offshoots that will all be leading off in random directions, because there's obviously a lot of animals on this planet, and they will want to follow that path. So that's why I've done it. But I'm probably just going to use the medium nougat mainly. I'm going to go in and use more of it, and use it mainly for the main path to outline that. And then dark brown and brown is going to be what goes for the offshoots. But I've obviously already got this built, so I'm going to use this, slap it next to it, and then so put it there like so that the Technic pins line up. And then this is going to allow me to start decorating this properly. And building a lot of this grass work up, as this is, again, something I'm really looking forward to doing on this mock, is this grass work out here. I might even make this a double plate and try and do the front 3 plates, which might be smart. The only problem is I don't have any tile, really, to go underneath a lot of this. A lot of the stuff that will overhang this plate. But that's why. I also want to put a little outpost kind of thing on the ground floor over there, which should hopefully reduce the amount of this that I need quite significantly. So that's going to be good. And I will get round to that at another point, not this episode. But I also need to plan out where this path is going to go, as I need it to get over there. So it's probably going to have to cut like that. So it will probably just follow. It will go across the middle of this plate and then cut the corner of that one. And then on its way to the base, on the back path, I might even just have it run straight into the area back there, as I want to put something over there to draw the eye away from the main build as well and bring it back down. As although this is the main focus, I don't want to neglect and this not to also be really cool, which is why I'm putting all the effort into the grass and stuff. But I'm just going to keep going and I'll catch you guys in a sec. In addition to creating this plate, which I've now done, I also decided that it would be best if I laid out where the whole mock was going and how everything is going to look. As this is now the base plate layout, so this area here is not going to be built in at all. At least that's the plan. It might end up being I need to put a row of base plates there and just build some supports for what will eventually go on top, as I'm not sure if it will be able to bridge the gap from here to here. So the gap from up here all the way across, but it will be much deeper. We've obviously got the 3 rooms here, and then the rock face, or the mountain face. But out here, this is obviously where we're focusing on. So we now have this path, and I want to start, or I accidentally made this a perfect loop. So I want to keep building this. I want to build this plate up, the same technique that I used on this one. And I also want to build this one up. The difference with this one and what's going to go here is there's going to be a bottom section of the base. This is not accurate to the show, but I think it'll be cool, and I need to save on green pieces, so that's what I'm going to do. But I'm really liking how this is coming together. The only thing that I'm mildly concerned about is the height of the trees, as I originally wanted to have it so that there was like 3 or 4 layers and they were all the way up here. But I'm not sure that's going to be possible, so I might end up just having to leave them like this, which will be annoying, but I still think gets the point across that they are trees. And obviously, I don't want unrealistic height, because if the trees are this tall and the mountain, they literally go 2/3 of the way to the top of the mountain, then it's just a bit annoying and it doesn't really fit the scale. So I think going this high compared to the mountain is literally perfect for how it looks in the show, or as close as I can get without going micro scale. So I'm really happy with it, and I'm just going to keep going. So I'll catch you guys in a sec. Right, so we've now got this bit built as well. And it's made me realise that even doing cheats like having a base area where that box is pretty much, and all of that, I'm still going to run out much faster than I would have hoped to of my 4x4 green plate, which is really annoying, but is resolvable in August. So I'm not really going to, I want to build that plate before then, but those 4, or that 2.5 back there, I'm not going to be able really to build until I get that plate, which is really frustrating, but there's nothing really that I can do about that. So next episode, we're going to focus back on the top of the mountain, as I said, as well as I want to move over here, break this down partially, and make a double plate so that I can build like Omega's watch room, and like where the vault bit, pretty much. That's what I want to build there. So I want to work on that and also get the top up there done. Or as much of that as I can. So yeah, but I've really actually enjoyed, because I found getting rid of a lot of the progress I did in the first episode quite a slog almost, and that wasn't very rewarding for me. But now I've put these in and they've been sat there for about a week. I've come to really like this much more than I originally did, because I thought about scrapping it and trying other stuff. But I do think that this mixture will work, especially once it's everywhere. But I've also decided I'm not really going to put this in. I've obviously put it in on the first plate because this is the first complete section, other than needing to add more leaves to the trees, or to the tree. But I'm not going to put a lot of this in until almost all of it's done. I won't obviously do the top of that yet. That will come at a later point. So I was going to need to get loads of 4x4 plate anyway to do that. But basically, I need to be able to know where everything is so that I can almost ration what I have, and make what I have go all the way. I'm definitely going to have to order pieces like that, so those leaf pieces, as well as I want to get a bunch more of these little grass pieces and maybe some bamboo. But the big thing that I'm going to need to buy is just loads of 1x plate, mainly for the mountain, because all of that needs to be detailed. I've done a little bit of it, at least with getting rid of some of the lines, but I all want it to look like this. The other thing I'm going to need to buy loads of is the green cheese slope. But again, that will come in August, pretty much. That will be when that's done. So between now and then, I want to move my focus much more to the mountain and building in there, because as much as I love building terrain, this is not the focus of this mock. So I don't want to focus on it as much as I have anymore. But I am glad that I have still focused on it somewhat, at least for one episode. But also, this is the bigger thing, and getting that done is the more time consuming, because this, I've only spent about 4 hours making this update, whereas last update I spent 10 to 15 in that week. So that is obviously the bigger project, and I want to move my attention back to their next episode. But that is going to do it for this episode. I do hope that you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.